Luisa Montalvo, 37 strangers, 37 strangers, Luisa Montalvo.
Thank you, Contest Chair.
You're welcome.
Clear. Clear. We have a female, unresponsive, no pulse. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters from around the world, and guests. 2 years ago, a horrific automobile accident, and that unresponsive female was me. For 6 minutes, my heart stopped beating. Best sleep ever. My co-driver and I had just finished dropping off 88 homeless shelter dogs to a dog rescue in New Jersey. On the way back, as I sat in the passenger seat of the van, that's when the accident happened. As I lay there unconscious, 37 strangers in the way of firefighters, EMT specialists, helicopter pilots, surgeons, nurses, all came together to try to save my life. Because death, it's so final. Now, I don't recall anything because I was asleep. But those 6 minutes, my imagination ran away from me, and I can almost imagine what happened with me trying to get into heaven. Probably went like this. I'm standing there in front of the pearly gates. St. Peter's on his iPad. I can even see my God in the background playing with his dogs. Oh, and I say my God because I don't want to offend some of you. I want to offend all of you. St. Peter, I'm Luisa Montalvo. St. Peter says, I don't even have you on the agenda. Hang on. He goes back to talk to God and says, God, Luisa Montalvo's here. And God says, I don't have anybody for 2 minutes. He says, wait a minute. St. Peter, was this a car accident? St. Peter says, yes, it was. Luisa Montalvo, makes sense. Have you ever seen her drive? No, God, she was the passenger. Luisa, is she the one trying to save my homeless dogs in Texas? Yes, God, that's her. God leans over, waves at me and says, Luisa, today's not your day. It's not your time. He leans over to St. Peter's iPad and hits the reset button. At that moment, I'm imagining that that's when they take that final attempt to try to get me to save my life. Put the pedals on me. Clear! And I start to breathe again. Now, for the next 90 days, I'm in a trauma center and in a rehab facility, questioning my life. What was my value? What was I worth? I couldn't even walk. What good was I? And then it hit me. I'm rolling myself into the gym, ready to work out that final week before I go home. And even though my father said, quitters cry, I started to cry. I wheel myself to my machine. I start working out, and this young, handsome man is working out next to me. Hi, how are you doing? I'm getting married soon. I haphazardly listen to his wedding plans, and then I start to ask myself, why is he even here? He looks so young and fit. And just like that, I look down and realize he's just recently lost both of his legs. And yet, here he was with a smile on his face, happy he'd been given a second chance, and life was not going to get away from me. He wasn't going to waste a single minute. Wow. I know a lot of us go through life, and sometimes we even question our value. Why are we even here? But if 37 strangers were able to see the value in me, all their positive input, I am now making that part of my output. Because you know, we will listen to a stranger that tells us we have value before we listen to ourselves. It's true. If you're needing some stranger to tell you you have value, allow me to be that stranger. Because if 37 people can come together and put all this energy into me, can you imagine what 1,700 of us could accomplish? All it is treating each other with dignity and worth. How awesome would it be if we could all be united like this every day? If you're ready to hit that reset button, if you're looking for that second chance, let's hit that reset button. Are you ready? Clear? Clear. Adam Toastmaster.